हॅलो, प्रज्ञा मॅम.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
या गुड मॉर्निंग. मॅम तुमचा आवाज नाही येत आहे.
आता येतो का?
येस. हा.
Can I start, ma'am?
येस येस.
Good morning, students. Today we will continue with our third lesson, physiography and drainage. In the last period, we have studied and started about the study of physiography and drainage of India and Brazil. We have seen the physical map of India and studied about the question answer based on it, and physical map of Brazil, and also seen about the question and answer related to it. Physiography of India. In this map, we can see the physiography of India. India is majorly has 5 main physiographic divisions: the Himalayas, the North Indian plains, the peninsula, coastal plains, and the island group. In this map, it gives a clear picture of the physiographic division of India. The area covered by Himalayas, the North Indian plains, the peninsula, coastal plains, and island groups. The 5 major physiographic divisions of India, which we are going to study in this lesson, is the Himalayas, the North Indian plains, peninsula, coastal plains, and the island group. Himalayas. In the last period, we have studied about the Himalayas and the North Indian plains. So before starting today's further lesson, we will take revision of this and then we will start. Himalayas. Himalayas is one of the young pole mountain of the world. The Himalayas extend from Pamir North in Tajikistan to the east. Himalaya is known as the young pole mountain of the world, not in India only, but in the world it is known as the young pole mountain. It extends from Pamir North in Tajikistan to the east. In the first picture you can see the blue line. It shows how the Himalaya is extended. It is a major mountain system of the Asian continent. The Asian continent, India lies in the Asian continent. So it is a major mountain system of Asian continent, the Himalaya. In India, it extends from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. In India, it is extended from state Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. The Himalayas is not a single mountain range. There are many parallel ranges in the system. The Himalayas, you can see in the picture, it's not just a single mountain range, but there are various parallel ranges in this Himalaya mountain system. The southmost is known as Shivalik. It is also the youngest range. Now that mountain ranges are divided into different types. The southernmost is known as the Shivalik, and it is also known as the youngest range mountain. Next to Shivalik are lesser Himalayas. Next to Shivalik mountain, the another range is there that are lesser Himalayas and greater Himalayas. Greater Himalayas are also called as Himadri, and Trans-Himalayan range from south to north. These are the mountain ranges included in Himalaya. Like the most southernmost is known as Shivalik. It is the youngest range. And next to Shivalik are lesser Himalayas, greater Himalayas, and Trans-Himalayas from south to north. These ranges are young to old respectively. The mountain ranges are also divided into Western Himalayas. These mountain ranges are again divided into 3 different types of Himalayas, such as Western Himalayas, Central Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas. Western Himalayas are known as Kashmir Himalayas, Central Himalayas are known as Kumaon Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas are known as Assam Himalayas. In the second picture, we can see the different range of Himalayas like Lesser Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, and Trans Himalayas. The Shivalik is also shown in the blue color, purple color picture of mountain that shows the Shivalik hills. Next to that, we can see Lesser Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, and Trans Himalayas. And in the third picture of map, we can see the Kashmir Himalayas, the Kumaon Himalayas, and Assam Himalayas. Another name they have Western Himalayas, Central Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas. So this is about the Himalayas we have studied. It is also known as the young pole mountain of the world. It extends from Pamir Knot in Tajikistan to the east. Himalayas is the major mountain system of Asian continent. It extends from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh in India. The Himalayas is not only a single mountain range, but there are various other parallel ranges in this system. The southmost is known as Shivalik, and next to Shivalik, there is Lesser Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, and Trans Himalayas from south to north. These ranges are young to old. The mountains are divided into three parts: Western Himalayas or Kashmir Himalayas, Central Himalayas, it is also called as Kumaon Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas is also called as Assam Himalayas. North Indian Plains, second major physiographic division of India, North Indian Plains. So in the first picture of map, you can see the North Indian Plains. The yellow color, it shows the area covered by the North Indian Plains. The division lies between the Himalaya mountain in the north and the peninsula in the south. It is the division, North Indian Plains, this is a division which lies between the Himalayas and the peninsula. Similarly, it extends from Rajasthan and Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. The area of North Indian Plains, it extends from Rajasthan and Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. It extends from Rajasthan and Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. It is mostly a flat low-lying area. The North Indian Plains is a flat area. The North Indian Plains are divided into two parts. Again, this North Indian Plains is divided into two parts, and it's known as Eastern Plains and the Western Plains. In the second picture, we can see the Western Plains and the Eastern Plains. The different colors are indicating. Sky colors is for Western Plains, and the orange color shows the Eastern Plains, and the area is covered by that Western Plains and Eastern. The part lying to the east of the Aravalis is the basin of the river Ganga and is therefore known as the Ganga Plain. The part lying to the east of Aravalis in the basin of river Ganga. So it is known as the Ganga Plain. It slopes eastward, and the Ganga Plains are sloped towards the eastward direction. Most of the West Bengal state of India and Bangladesh together constitute the delta of Ganga-Brahmaputra system. In the West Bengal state, most of the West Bengal state of India and Bangladesh together constitute a delta. West Bengal and Bangladesh, they together form the delta of Ganga and Brahmaputra system. It is known as Sundarbans, and the delta which is formed is known as Sundarban. It is considered to be the world's largest delta. Sundarban is considered as the world's largest delta. The western part of the North Indian plain is occupied by desert. It is known as the Thar Desert or Murustani. The western part of the North Indian plain is occupied mostly by the desert area. It is occupied mostly by desert, so it is also known as Thar Desert or Marustali. Most of the Rajasthan is occupied by this desert. Most of the part of Rajasthan is occupied by this desert. To the north of the desert lie the plains of Punjab. To the north side of this desert, there are the plains of Punjab. This region is spread to the west of Aravallis and Delhi ranges, and this region is spread to the west of Aravallis and Delhi ranges. These plains have formed as a result of depositional work by river Satluj and its tributaries. And these plains, all the plains are formed because of the depositional work. To the west side of Aravallis of Delhi ranges, the plains are formed. This is due to the depositional work by river Satluj and its tributaries. Tributaries means most of the small rivers which join to the Satluj river and they flow. So the plains that are formed to the west of Aravallis and Delhi ranges are due because of the depositional work of river Satluj and its tributaries. The slopes of the plain is towards the west, and the slope of this plain is toward the west side. Because of soil here is very fertile, agriculture is largely practiced in this region. Due to this, the soil is very fertile. So agriculture is mainly practiced in this area by the people living. So in this way, we have studied the North Indian plains. The two maps gives a clear picture of the North Indian plain. We can see in the first picture of map, the yellow color shows the North Indian plain area, and that North Indian plain is divided into two parts, that is Western plain and the Eastern plain. And the division lies between the Himalaya mountains in the north and the peninsula in the south. Similarly, it extends from Rajasthan and Punjab. The North Indian plain extends from Rajasthan and Punjab in the east to Assam in the Rajasthan and Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. And it's mostly a flat low-lying area. It is divided into two parts, Eastern plains and Western plains. The part lying to the east of Aravallis is the basin of river Ganga and is therefore known as the Ganga plain. It flows eastward. Most of the West Bengal state of India and Bangladesh together constitute the delta of Ganga Brahmaputra system. It is known as Sundarbans. Sundarbans are the world's largest delta. The western part of North Indian plain is occupied by desert, so it is also known as the Thar Desert or Marustali. Most of the Rajasthan is occupied by this desert. To the north of the desert lies the plain of Punjab. This region is spread to the west of Aravallis and Delhi range. These plains have formed as a result of depositional work by river Satluj and its tributaries. And the slope of plain is towards the west side. So because of this, the soil here is very fertile. So agriculture is mainly practiced in this region, in the North Indian plain. The image of Sundarban Delta. World largest delta is Sundarban. So this is the image of Sundarban Delta. The Sundarban is a mangrove area in the delta formed by the confluence of the Ganges, Brahmaputra and Meghna river in Bay of Bengal. The three rivers, Ganga, Brahmaputra and Meghna rivers in Bay of Bengal. It spans from the Hooghly river in India, state of West Bengal, to the Baleshwar river in Bangladesh. So this is a picture of Sundarban, the world largest delta. It is a mangrove area in the delta formed by the confluence of the Ganges, Brahmaputra and Meghna river, the Bay of Bengal. It spans from the Hooghly river in India, states of West Bengal, to the Baleshwar river in Bangladesh. The next physiographic division of India, the peninsula. In the first picture of map, the purple color indicates the Indian peninsula, the area covered by the Indian peninsula. The area lying to the south of North Indian plains and tapering towards the Indian Ocean is called Indian peninsula. The Indian peninsula, this is the area which lies to the south of North Indian plains. It lies to the south direction of North Indian plains and tapering towards the Indian Ocean. Towards the Indian Ocean is called Indian peninsula. So in the first map, we can see the area lying to the south of North Indian plains and tapering towards the Indian Ocean is called Indian peninsula. In the purple color, it is indicated. It consists of many plateaus and hill ranges. There are various plateaus and hill ranges in this peninsula. The Aravalis in the north are the oldest coal mountain. The Aravalis in the north direction, the Aravalis, these are the oldest cold mountains. The Aravali mountains are the oldest cold mountain in this peninsula. It includes a series of plateaus bordering the plains, Vindhyas, and Satpura ranges in the central part and hilly region of western and eastern Ghats. So the Aravalis in the north are the oldest cold mountain in this peninsula. It includes plateaus bordering the plains, Vindhyas, and Satpura ranges in the central part of hilly region of western and eastern Ghats. So in the second picture of map, you can see the different plains, plateaus, which are included in Indian peninsula. We can see the area lying to the south of North Indian plains and tapering towards the Indian Ocean is called as Indian peninsula. It consists of many plateaus and hill ranges. The Aravalis in the north are the oldest cold mountain. It includes a series of plateaus bordering the plains, Vindhyas and Satpura ranges in the central part and hilly region of western and eastern. In the central part, it consists plains, Vindhyas and Satpura ranges, and it has a hilly region of western and eastern Ghats included in peninsula. Now we will study the coastal plain. India is blessed with a long coastline extending for approximately 7,500 kilometers. India has a coastline of approximately 7,500 kilometers. It lies to the western and the eastern part of peninsula. And the coastal line is coastal plains. These are the coastal plains. It lies to the western and the eastern part of peninsula, to the west and the east side of peninsula. Its western and eastern coastline shows remarkable dissimilarities. There are dissimilarities between the eastern coastline and the western coastline. They both are different from each other. There is no similarities. They show the remarkable dissimilarities between each of them. They are totally different, the western coastline and eastern coastline. The western coastline borders the Arabian Sea. The western coastline, it borders the Arabian Sea and it is by a large and rocky coast. The western coastline that borders the Arabian Sea and it has large and rocky coast. The coastline is large and very rocky. At places first, taking off from the Western Ghats have extended right up to the coast. Its width is also less. And at the Western Ghats have extended right up to the coast. Its width, the width of the Western Ghats is also very less. Rivers originating from Western Ghats are short. The rivers which are originating from the Western Ghats, which are starting from the Western Ghats, are very short and swift, and hence they form estuaries and not deltas. They form estuaries, they do not form deltas because they are short and swift. The rivers originating from the Western Ghats are short and swift in nature, so they do not form deltas, they form estuaries. The eastern coast border the Bay of Bengal. Now we will see of the eastern coast, and the eastern coast they borders the Bay of Bengal. It has formed a result of depositional work of rivers. The eastern coast border Bay of Bengal, and it is formed as a result of depositional work of river. Due to the depositional work of river, it is formed. Many east flowing rivers starting from the western and eastern Ghat miss this coast. Many of the east flowing direction rivers, the rivers which are flowing to the east direction, starting from the western and the eastern Ghat and meet this coast. Because of gentle slope of the land, river flow at lower velocities and deposit the sediment. Because of the gentle slope of the land has a gentle slope, so the river flow at lower velocity and deposit the sediment brought with them at the coast. All the sediment that the river brings with it while flowing, it deposits all the sediments at the coast of the plain. As a result, deltas are found along this coast. So due to this sediments, the river which brought with them at the coast, deltas are found. So to the eastern coast, deltas are formed. And to the western coast, deltas are not formed, estuaries are formed. So here in the map, we can see 7,500 kilometer coastline. India is blessed with the long coastline extending for approximately 7,500 kilometers. It lies to the western and the eastern part of peninsula. The coastal line, coastal plain lies to the western and eastern part of peninsula. Its western and eastern coastline shows remarkable dissimilarities. Both are dissimilar and different from each other. The western coast border the Arabian Sea. It is by and large a rocky coast. At places first taking off from the Western Ghat have extended right up to the coast. Its width is also less. Rivers originating from the Western Ghat are short and swift, and hence they form estuaries and not deltas. The eastern coast borders the Bay of Bengal. It has formed as a result of depositional work of river. Many east flowing rivers starting from the western and the eastern Ghat meet the coast. Because of the gentle slope of the land, river flow at lower velocity and deposit the sediment brought with them at the coast. As a result, deltas are found along this coast. So in this way, we have studied the coastal plain. Now we will see the island group. In this map, we can see the islands, Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep Island. These are the mainly island groups of India Physiographic Division. India has many small and large islands along the coast of the mainland. India, there are many small and many big, large islands along the coast of the mainland in India. These are included in the coastal island group. And these are included in the coastal island group. All the islands. Besides India, has two large group of islands. Besides this, there are many island groups, but beside this, there are two large groups of islands. One is in the Arabian Sea and in the Bay of Bengal. One is in the Arabian Sea and in the Bay of Bengal. The island in the Arabian Sea are known as Lakshadweep, whereas the island in the Bay of Bengal are called as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The islands in the Arabian Sea are known as Lakshadweep. In the map, we can see the clear picture of the island group. And in the Bay of Bengal are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. In the yellow color, the island groups are shown. Most of the islands in the Lakshadweep are atoll islands. Most of the islands in the Lakshadweep are atoll islands, means small islands. They are small in extent and not very high. Atolls means small islands. So most of the islands in the Lakshadweep side, in the Lakshadweep island group, are atoll islands. They are small in extent and not very high. Islands in the Andaman group are mainly volcanic islands. In the Andaman group, the islands are there that are volcanic islands. They are large with hills in their interior part. Of includes an island called Barren Island, which has the only active volcano in India. So the island in the Andaman group, that islands are mainly of volcanic islands. They are large with hills in their interior part. They are very large. It also consists hills in the interior part of included an island called Barren Island, which has only active volcano in India. And these are in the Andaman Island group. There are atolls in the Nicobar group too. In the Nicobar Island group, there are also atoll means small island. So the map in the yellow color, it indicates the island. India has many small and large islands along the coastline of the mainland. These are included in the coastal island group. Besides, India has two large group of islands, one each in the Arabian Sea and in the Bay of Bengal. The islands in the Arabian Sea are known as Lakshadweep, whereas the islands in the Bay of Bengal are called the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Most of the islands in the Lakshadweep are atoll islands. They are small in extent and not very high. Islands in the Andaman group are mainly volcanic islands. They are large with hills in their interior part of include as island called Barren Island, which has the only active volcano in India. There are atolls in the Nicobar group too. The physiographic division of Brazil. In this map, we can easily see how the Brazil is divided into physiographic division, islands, highlands, coastal region, plains, and escarpment. This is the main division of Brazil, main physiographic division of Brazil: islands, plains, escarpment, highlands, and coastal region. Even a cursory look at the map will make you realize that a large part of Brazil is occupied by highlands. We can see in the map the green color and the yellow color. This area is known as the highlands. So by looking at this, we can easily come to know that a large part of Brazil is occupied by highlands, plateaus, and small mountains. In that large part, it has plateaus and small mountains and highlands. There are no very high and long extending mountains in the country. The country, Brazil, does not have very high and long extending mountains in the country. It has small mountains. Except for the North Amazon basin and in the southwest along the part of Paraguay basin, there are no white plains in the country. There are white plains, but only in the upper part of Paraguay basin. Otherwise, the country do not have white plains. Even the coastal plains are restricted in their expanse. Even the coastal plains have the restriction in their expanse. So in this way, the map clearly shows the picture of island, highlands, coastal region, plains, and the escarpment. As we take a look to the map, we can easily come to know that the large part of Brazil is occupied by highlands, plateaus, and small mountains. There are mountains, but the mountains are small. There are no high and long extending mountains in the Brazil, except for the northern Amazon basin. In the southwest along the path of Paraguay basin, there are no white plains in the country. The white plains are there, but only in the upper part of Paraguay basin. And the northern Amazon basin in the southwest. Even the coastal plains are restricted in their extent. There are 5 major physiographic divisions of Brazil: the highland, the great escarpment, the coastal region, the plain, and the island group. The 5 major physiographic divisions of Brazil: the highland, the great escarpment, the coastal region, the plain, and the island group. The highlands. The southern Brazil is occupied by an extensive plateau. It is differently described as Brazilian highland or Brazilian shield or Brazilian plateau. Brazilian and Guyana highlands together form the core of South America continent. The map we can see. First map, the Brazilian highland. It is also known as Brazilian shield, or it also called as Brazilian plateau. The southern Brazil is occupied by an extensive plateaus. Most of the plateaus are there in the southern Brazil. It is differently described, and it is differently described such as Brazilian highland or Brazilian shield or Brazilian plateau. Brazilian and Guyana highlands together form the core of South America continent. Guyana highlands and the Brazilian, they together form the core of South America continent. The main part of Guyana highland is in Venezuela, and it extends up to French Guiana. The main part of Guyana highland, that is, it is in Venezuela, and it extends into up to French Guiana. It starts from Venezuela and it extends up to French Guiana. In Brazil, it covers the state of Roraima, the Guyana Highlands that covers the state of Roraima, Para, Amapá in the north. The lower part of this highland is found in Brazil. The lower part of these highlands are found in Brazil, but the highest peak of Brazil is Pico de Neblina, and its height is 3014 meters high and lies on the border between Brazil and Venezuela. This you have to learn very by heart. The highest peak of Brazil, and the highest peak of Brazil is Pico de Neblina, and its height is 3014 meter high. The question comes in exam, which is the highest peak in Brazil. In the math pair also it can come. So the name is Pico de Neblina, and its height is 3014 meter high and lies on the border between Brazil and Venezuela. So the main part of Guyana Highland is in Venezuela, and it extends to French Guiana. In Brazil, it covers the state of Roraima, Para, and Amapá. In the north, the lower part of this highland is found in Brazil, but the highest peak of Brazil, Pico de Neblina, is 3014 meter high and lies on the border between the Brazil and Venezuela. The region of the east and south of the Brazilian highland have an altitude of more than 1000 meters. The region to the east and the south of Brazilian highland have the altitude of more than 1000 meters. But in the other part, the altitude is between 500 to 1000 meters. The highlands gradually slope towards north, and slopes are not very steep. The highlands are sloping towards the north direction, but the slope is not very steep. The tributaries of Amazon flowing through this region make rapid and waterfalls. The tributaries of the Amazon rivers, they form the rapids and waterfalls. Towards the north, the slopes are steep but abrupt. Towards the north side, the slope of the highlands are steep but not abrupt. A number of rivers take off from the terminal portion of the highland and flow northward to meet Atlantic Ocean. And the number of rivers which are flowing that are meeting to the Atlantic Ocean flowing to the northward direction. Some major rivers like Uruguay, Paraguay, and Parana originate from the southern slope of the highland and enter Argentina. The major rivers of Brazil like Uruguay, Paraguay, and Parana that are originating from the southern slope of the highland and enter Argentina. It slopes towards the east, is steep, and it appears in the form of an escarpment. It slopes towards the east side, and it appears in the form of an escarpment. So in this way, we have studied till the Himalayas, till the highlands of the physiographic division of Brazil. We have seen about the physiographic division of India, 5 physiographic division, the highland, the main, the Himalayas, the North Indian plain, the peninsula, coastal plains in the island group. We have seen and studied the Himalayas, the North Indian plain, the image of Sundarban Delta, the peninsula, the coastal plain, the island group, and the physiographic of Brazil we have started. There are also 5 major physiographic division of Brazil: the highland, the great escarpment, the coastal region, the plains, and the island group. And we have studied of the highland of Brazil. In the next period, Monday, we will start with the further part of the lesson. So if you have any doubt, you may unmute your mic and ask the question. Those who want to ask the question, unmute your mic and ask the question.
Students, unmute yourself.
मैम
हाँ बोलो. Ask the question.
Students, those who are raising their hands, unmute yourself. Ma'am, they are not asking anything.
हाँ, yes ma'am.
जिम
Ask the question. If you have any doubt, unmute your mic.
Alicia, your mic is unmute, but we are not able to hear you. Ma'am, I think we should stop here. They are just raising their hand.
Okay ma'am.
Okay?
Okay ma'am.
Yeah. Students, since you're not asking anything, we'll stop our lecture over here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.
Thank you ma'am. Thank you students. Can I leave ma'am?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, yes. Thank you so much.